Mother Nature like, how the fuck you doing that, Max? Trust me, I do a lot of shit like I'm doing much less. Got the mindset of DJ Khaled, I'm doing what's best. It's been body bags after body bags, so who is up next?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in and welcome back to yet another episode of Mr. J's Official Reactions. If you don't know, man, they call me Mr. J. And if this is your first time coming through, this is Mr. J Official Reaction Channel number 2. And today I wanted to talk about something that's not musical, but it has to do with the music artist. And the fan hit me like, yo, Mr. J, what do you think? So we are going to talk about the recent post by one of the greatest duos when it comes to the Afrobeat that has ever come out of Africa. And they are from Nigeria, man, the PSquare. One of them posted something today which is it's had a whole lot of people talking, and this person hit me up. So we are going to talk about it. But before we do, please do not forget, man, to hit that subscribe button, smash the like, give us a thumbs up if you like what we're saying on this platform, and please think about becoming a member. You feel me? And let's not waste a whole lot of time. So I wanted to talk about Mr. P. Yes, Mr. P. This fine guy. This, no homo though. This talented brother, man. This, how can I say? This man is a creative genius. So a couple of hours ago, man, this man posted something which was as a response to something his elder brother posted. And if you do not know, man, PSquare was actually managed by the elder brother. He goes by the name Jude. Mr. Jude, the engineer. Yes. And this man also produced most of their beats, most of their hit songs that you know about. It came from their elder brother Jude. Now, we all know that we are a couple of years after these brothers, they separated. And I was even getting so excited to think that they are going to have a reunion. And a part of me keep thinking that if this guys announce a reunion tour, Mr. J, I'm going to be there so I can actually get the chance to talk to one of these brothers. Let me say this, so the story goes like this. This guy's brother posted something on social. Social media these days is always crazy, and you always have people for and people against anything that is on social media. I'm going to read what this brother's elder brother posted, man. This man, Mr. Jude, that's Peter and Paul's elder brother. His name is Jude, and he posted something which I'm guessing it has to do with the separation of the band, the duo. And this is what Mr. Jude said. I'm reading, okay? They all have one thing in common. They, as in Peter and Paul, they were big, influential, and successful when I was shouldering them with my platform until they got greedy and wanted to eat alone and so left. Now, we all know that when you are in a group, at some point, every group that we've known coming up as kids, my generation, they have separated for one reason or the other. So this man definitely is probably talking about the situation with Mr. Peter and Mr. Paul. So let me continue, man. They never complain afterwards. Rather, they bragged about their newfound freedom and making it all on their own. Years down the line, they fell off the wagon and became broke, and instead of accepting responsibility and accountability for their choices, they are pointing fingers at the same person they left for their freedom. What manner of madness is that? Now, I don't know what is happening with this family, but I will say this. I can sense that there's a whole lot of issues in this family. I don't want to say that this is a bad family, but I'm just saying this. Money sometimes separate people. Money will make people act different. I'm not pointing fingers at any person. But if these two brothers saw that they could not coexist as PSquare, it was right that they went their separate ways. And if you ask me, they are successful in their own ways. Now for this big bro to come and say all of this, something might be going on. Maybe it has something to do with the management of the money that was coming from PSquare. But hey, who am I to judge? I'm just here to speak. Now, he said they can't specifically mention that they cannot specifically mention what wrongs were done to them, how and where. You can't sell goods to someone and later demand for them back while refusing to return the money spent on the goods. I thought you were brothers, Mr. Jude, bro. One day I thought you guys were brothers, like keeping it in the family. What happened? Okay, let's keep going. Steady blackmailing He said, you can say something, steady spinning sentiments and emotions to see if I can be blackmailed into submission. You should all know by now that I don't succumb to bullying or cheap blackmail. They concocted and fabricated lies, attached money, laundry, and fraud to my name to get me jailed in order for me to break down within days and submit to their demands. But to their surprises, I sat it out for 2 months. Una define money way una don't you finish. When next they come out ranting, ask them what wrong I did to them that resulted to their present situation. Now, I'm not going to speak for what is happening. I'm not going to say I know exactly the whole deal. But bro, when there is something like this as brothers, I'm thinking you guys are supposed to work together. You guys are supposed to understand yourself. So like I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, this big brother is venting out, and apparently these twin brothers, Mr. Peter and Paul, felt like, they were maybe cheated out of money, or the books didn't add up. You feel me? And for whatever reason, I didn't know that they had taken it to the whole point of taking it to the authorities. Now, coming from motherland, coming from Africa, and knowing that, ladies and gentlemen, if you have a problem in the family, you should not take it to the authorities. There are certain things in family that could be handled amongst you guys. Because the moment you take it to the authorities, and being who you guys were, let me tell you, there will be people who will be taking sides just to eat money, just to get bread, just to get paper, just to rip off where they didn't show. And there will be people that will keep maintaining you guys are loggerheads so that you guys can actually keep going with this process and people are making money off your back. Now, this brother, Mr. Jude, came out to say that apparently this man doesn't like what is happening, and maybe, like I said, I'm not going to stand here and take sides. Bro, when you are managing a group, every group you see in history, bro, especially when it comes to music, as a group, to manage an artist is difficult. More so to manage two artists. These are two individuals, two characters, two egos, two talents. Bro, you will never live up to that level of fully satisfying all of them. I beg to be differ. You can argue with me on the comment section if you know of any two artists that have separated and there's not been any beef, any quarrel about management, this treated me, so on and so forth. Now, this big brother dropped that, and then his little brother, one part of PSquare, came out, Mr. Peter, Mr. P. Calling me broke or wishing I was broke has been your wish. These are the exact same words he told the EFCC officials. Bro, whenever you hear of the EFCC, know that there's money laundering. This is a department in Nigeria that they handle money laundering and fraud. So apparently it means that one of these PSquare brothers accused the other brother of money laundering or some kind of fraud. Like the math wasn't mathing with your earnings as PSquare. I'm just saying that. And you ended up getting locked up in prison. Of course, you have to come up with another narrative. You were shouldering who? He said you were shouldering Agbaya. Well, that's like an insult of slang. But bro, still coming from an African, I know that I would respect my elder brother. I'm not going to take sides. I'm not saying this man is bad for saying what he said. I'm not going to take sides. But this is crazy to understand that PSquare for all those years, all those money that they made. Oh boy, they made some good money. Now, if they think that things weren't done properly, but coming on social media, it's like airing your dirty linens in the family. It's crazy. Agbaya, you were employed as a manager and you got sacked the same as the other two managers before you, period. I understand this may not sit well with some people, but truth be told, aside from my business, what I now earn on my own as a solo artist today is more than what I used to earn after splitting 3 ways as PSquare. That is crazy. Most groups separate for different reasons. That's why you hear a group going solo. People make money solo. Facts. You dig? Now, I'm not his accountant to know that. But if they fired the elder brother as a big brother, I understand that. Bro, sometimes bringing family into business is not a good idea. You need to bring professionals in business, especially when it comes to managing talent that bring in revenue. So this man continues. The truth is, though, my honest old artist, today has more than a PSquare's play. I am talking about both shows. So I'm talking about both shows. So wait a minute. Let me see. I need my lenses. Hang on. I'm talking about both shows. I'm talking about both shows and endorsement. It really makes me question what the point of sharing with people who stole from you, betrayed you, and still discriminate against your efforts. This solo journey has been a blessing, more rewarding and profitable, both financially and personally, no doubt. Facts. The man knows what he was making as PSquare, and he knows what he's bringing now. You dig? It is what it is. I take it or leave it. And it has also brought peace of mind. That is very, very important, peace of mind. And if you don't relate or it doesn't make sense to you, no worries. It's not meant to. But I am grateful. But again, despite being in court, una never still answer the question, una thief, I be una no thief. Did you steal money? Or did you play with my earnings? Or did you play with our earnings or my own part of the money? Or you didn't play with my own part of the money? That is the question. I have stopped playing nice and being the mature one while getting disrespected. I started treating people exactly how they treat me. Respect me, I respect you. Ignore me, I ignore you. Cross me, I cut you off. Life isn't about begging people for fair treatment. It's about matching energy. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. Now, I don't know exactly what is happening with the Okoye family because I know they are Peter and Paul Okoye. I don't know what is going on with that family, but I know this. Sometimes when there is money involved, trust me, when there's money involved, man, heads gonna spin and heads gonna roll. Heck, Cain and Abel in the Bible fought against and one killed each other because of what? Favor from the daddy. I'm not saying this is like example, but bro, favor could be like money today. But if this brother comes out and says this, I want to throw this back to you, the audience. Let me know, would you in Mr. Peter's place, Mr. P's place, come out like this against your elder brother? And if the case is already in court, I mean, there's some kind of legalities process going on about this whole ish. Do you think that the bigger brother should have also posted what he posted? Because there will be fans taking sides. Me, I'm not taking sides. I'm just reading what you asked me to react on. So let Mr. J know. Stay blessed, man. Have a great week. And hey, I still love both of them. PSquare, the Rude Boy, Mr. P. I still love you guys. You dig? You saw what it is. But hey, you gotta put your feet down and stand firm. If you work for something, you should be paid for that. And nobody has to play with it. It doesn't matter if it's family. That's my take. What do you think? Bless.